Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to the next Q&A in the Fulham Focus series. My name's Dannyboi, and I'm delighted to say joining me today to talk about his time at Fulham is our former keeper, Tony Warner. Tony, it's a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you for joining me, mate.
Okay, mate, no problem. It's been a while trying to get this sorted, but we finally got it over the line at the moment. So, yeah, I'm glad to just be on, mate, talking to you.
Yeah, it's been months, mate, isn't it? Months trying to sort this out.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hearing what you got to say.
Good stuff.
Right, so first question. Start off before you actually started your career. Did you always want to be a goalkeeper?
Yeah, I was always a goalkeeper since I was about 8 or 9. It was a bit too tiring, to be honest with you, running around on the outfield, which I didn't really like too much. And I was bigger than most other people, so I had an uncle who like played in goal for Tranmere, like in the youth team and stuff. So there was always pictures of him up and around my hands. So it was just the natural direction, really. It's just because I didn't really have the energy to play out, and I wanted to be involved. So goalkeeper it was.
And obviously, you can tell by the accent where you're from. Who did you support growing up? What side of Liverpool did you sit on?
Everton.
Oh, you're a Blue, yeah?
Yeah. All my family, my mum's family, like vast majority of Blues, or like all the uncles are Blues and all that. So grew up an Everton fan up until I don't know, probably about 18 or 19 or so, and then I just got invited in off Liverpool. They wanted to have a look at me because there was a vacancy there. There was a gap that they needed to fill. They needed like an 18-year-old-ish goalkeeper, and I got the call, and they asked me to play for a season on like a non-contract. So I was working in an accountant's firm after I left school, and then I was training with Liverpool on a Tuesday and a Thursday night, playing for them on a Saturday. So you'd be playing against, so you play like Blackburn, Man United, Man City, Preston. You go into all their training grounds. But then on a Sunday, I was playing like men's Sunday league, which was like a different prospect altogether. But then what happens is you end up being in Liverpool, and you got to remember, as an Everton fan, you're going in, but you're getting told what to do by like Steve Highway, the European Cup winner, Ronnie Moran, been a coach there, seen countless European Cups, league titles. You're involved in the team. You're on the bench in the squads and all that, and you end up just being, you see the inside of Liverpool and the bits that other people don't get to see, so you're privy to that. So you end up just being a Liverpool fan, really. I know you always wanted to beat Everton when you be playing them and stuff, so that kind of, you turn your allegiance, I suppose. And
who did you look up to in the first team? Was there anyone that sort of was a role model or mentored you as a goalkeeper?
Well, David James was there all the time I was there, so me and him would train on a daily basis. But also Joe Corrigan, who was our coach, ex-Man City goalkeeper and England keeper. And then, you'd have like the likes of like John Barnes would be there. The goalkeeper inside, it was like the two senior lads who were over me. It was David James and Joe Corrigan. They would be, they'd be steering you through like rough times, and telling you when you've done well and stuff. Just kind of explaining the finer arts of goalkeeping and stuff. So probably those two guys.
Oh, nice. What about in general? Like, was Neville Southall your hero growing up?
Yeah, massively. Like I used to go to the game. I used to go to Goodison to watch Everton for 2 or 3 seasons. And Neville Southall was just my hero. He was considered one of the best in the world at the time, like through the 80s. And it was just unfortunate that the English club got banned, just as Everton probably becoming the number one side in English football. And I just loved him. Yeah, he was a big inspiration for me to kind of push on and be a professional goalkeeper.
Who did you learn from with your penalty saving? Because you had a really good record, didn't you, saving penalties throughout your career?
Yeah. Do you know what it was? It was like, you do a lot of it now. You have kind of information on officers and penalty takers. So you had someone at the club, Steve Britt, the head coach, assistant manager at Millwall, And he's got a big dossier of all the penalty takers that have taken penalties for the last 10 to 15 years. And you would generally see, when you have that much information on players, you would see sides that they would favour. You'd have penalty takers that last month, would say have 10, 15 penalties, and 80% of them would be taken to the keeper's left. I'm going to gamble it's going that side, and that was generally how it was really. When you've got an idea on where they're going, and you can really fully commit to going that side, knowing full well that they're generally going to go that way. You could also sometimes try and coax them into going that way. It's sometimes think if you go the opposite way, so you make it seem a little bit easier for them, and then they will go that way, and then you would change your mind and get down there. So I think over the course of 2 seasons at Millwall, I think I've saved more than I conceded over 2 seasons, which was a good record really, but just a lot of background where I've got there's dozens of people in all these clubs now who will do that kind of information. But I think we were a little bit ahead of the curve on that one.
You did save one for Fulham as well, didn't you? Lauren at Highbury. That's
right, yeah. Yeah, I did, yeah. Again, you know what, right? I didn't kind of... Because I was actually still phoning Steve Gritz for information. And I do remember looking to my right and just thinking, you get sometimes, I don't know, it sounds weird, but you just get a premonition, you're thinking, I know he's going to stick it there. You have that kind of feeling about you. And he just stuck it there, and as it gave it actually felt like no surprise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was just like, I knew you were going to stick it there, and I just died, and I just saved it. And, it was just like kind of, well, yeah, actually it was happening, so...
Instinctive.
No kind of big deal. Yeah, instinctive, I suppose. So, yeah, no, that was pleasing. I don't think you've missed one before, actually. Somebody told me. I don't know how true that is, but somebody told me he's never missed a penalty before. I don't know how many he's taken, to be
Yeah, I was just about... I was just about to say that with the likes of Thierry Henry. I'm not sure it's a claim to fame with Laurent, but obviously Millwall is your main club. I know that growing up in Bermondsey, all my mates are Millwall fans. You're very popular. Why do you think you never settled down anywhere else? You seem to move around quite a lot apart from Millwall. Millwall was the club where you were there for a long time, played a lot of games.
Yeah, do you know what it was? It was like, probably a bit of a late start. I mean, it didn't really kick on until I was about 25, until I played for Millwall. And then I was there until I was 30. So I was there for 5 years. Then, I went to Cardiff. That just wasn't a good fit, really. And then I went to Fulham the year after that. He brought Anthony Miami in. And then to get games, you have to kind of move around a little bit.
You started off on loan with Fulham, didn't you?
Yeah, started off on loan, from Cardiff. We played Everton, so that might have been October or something. And then I got pulled in. He said, look, I want to try and make it permanent in January. And I was like, fine, okay. January came, contract kicked in. And then within that January, he signed Anthony Amy on because he couldn't become available for a decent price. Chris Coleman told me. And he just said, look, I feel like I have to buy him. So Ante come in, and then he preferred Ante then. So the following season, I went on loan to Leeds and to Norwich because I just wasn't going to get the opportunities. I kind of got told, really. So that's why I moved on to those 2 clubs. Third season, Ante got injured the first game of the season, played against Arsenal, then Bolton. And I remember, it was I made a mistake against Bolton, but I felt like I made up for it. For the rest of the game.
You've skipped a little bit there because, to be fair to you, I was at the Emirates the first game when David Healy scored after about 5 seconds.
That's right.
And you had quite a good game, I thought. They nicked it in the last 5 minutes, scored 2 goals. But
that's right, yeah.
Considering we were playing Arsenal, I thought you did all right. But then you did have a bit of a howler in the Bolton game, didn't you?
Yeah. I remember just coming for it was a throw in and it bounced, and then as I've come down, my arm has caught like that. We've kind of just bumped, and as I've kind of gone to play the ball into myself, it slipped behind me and it dropped to hide it, and I just took it into an open net. I remember thinking to myself, I don't need this, you know what I mean? It's only about 10 minutes gone. So that was that. But after that, I do felt I played well enough to contribute towards the win.
We turned that one round, didn't we? We won that one.
We did, yeah. I think I'm not too sure who scored the first. Might have been David Ely or Brian McBride, but I think Alexis Merton scored the. So that was 2. We won that one 2-1, and then we played Middlesbrough on the Saturday, and then I let one in against Middlesbrough against Leeds or someone, and that was a howl again. So then after that, we got beat. Ronnie Sanchez brought in Casey Keller, and then Casey and Antti were kind of with the 1 and 2. Didn't really get many opportunities again that season.
Like when you made the Middlesbrough one, because it was back to back making like mistakes for goals. Did you know then, standing between the sticks, this is my last game? I'm going to be dropped now.
No, I didn't. I mean, because Casey wasn't in the club then. Do you know what I mean? Antti was injured. Casey wasn't in the club. To be standing there and thinking, right, I'm definitely out. It was within the week. Casey come in, and then you can't think, right, well, he got someone. You're not shot. Got someone in to play shit. And that was that, and that's how football goes, I suppose. So that was the last league game for the club. And shame it was. It was like kind of just a simple mistake, But there you go, it's football, isn't it?
Well, what happens in the changing room when the keeper makes a mistake? Because I always feel sorry for keepers because all players make mistakes, but when a keeper makes one, everyone remembers it because it always leads to a goal.
Yeah. You've got to have thick skin. You've got to be professional. You've got to take it on the chin. I mean, things happen. Like to be a goalkeeper, if you're fragile every time you make a mistake, generally won't get on to make a profession of it. You know what I mean? You've got to be able to put mistakes behind you and like soldier on and not let it lead to so you don't kind of crumble. So one mistake leads to 2, leads to 3 in the game. And then it's just like, any time he makes a mistake, he's not mentally tough, he's not resilient. So, as a keeper, you have to take that on the chin. And also, going into the changing room and kind of, looking into people's eyes or speaking to people and that. And, it is a mistake. Defenders make mistakes and balls get lashed in the net and forwards make mistakes. But the further up the pitch you go, the more they're forgiven. I mean, you can have a fall and miss 4 opportunities and score 1, you win 1, then he's the hero.
Yeah, 100%.
You have that ratio as a goalkeeper. So I mean, you can't really make one great save and let them fall in because you're just a villain, really.
If going back to when Coleman signed Naemi, if you had known that at the time, would you have made it a permanent move, or would you have looked elsewhere?
Probably not. I probably wouldn't have made it a permanent move. Because you want to play, you know what I mean? You want to play. And actually, that was the thing. Because Chris Coleman pulled me in the office, and he just said, "Look, I'm signing that Naemi, so I need to tell you." And like, right, okay. And he just said, "I know. If I'd have told you this before you'd have signed a contract," he said, "I know you wouldn't have signed, but you know, no." He said, "But it's just kind of." He said, "I think he come for £1 million or something." I think he just said, "Look, he was cheap, you know what I mean? He's experienced and all that." And I didn't feel we could. He seemed like a good fit. I didn't feel that we could let him pass by, so the deal's been done. I mean, there's not much you can really do about it. It's done, so, don't always stand and scream and shout about it. It's got to get on with it, you know what I mean? You've got to just kind of see how it settles down. And that's just the way it was, really.
How did you get on with Chris Coleman? What did you think of him as a manager?
I liked him. I got on with him very well. Yeah, I got on with him really, really well. Like, personality-wise, he was superb, do you know what I mean? He was like a man's man. He liked the laugh and the joke and all that. He liked the banter and stuff, which was great. There's a lot of good lads there, a lot of good characters. And he liked to kind of be involved in it and have a laugh with the lads. And you could talk to him on a level and stuff. Sometimes that managers you have to be a little bit not some school teacherish, but you know what I mean. He was a superb man to be around. Really enjoyed my time with him. Trying to say.
What about Laurie Sanchez?
With Laurie, for me personally, man's personality, he just didn't really seem to have much personality, and I think just that kind of rubs off on the lads, some of the lads could see, I might be shooting out of him. I'm not shooting to anybody else in particular, but I just felt like a few of the lads just couldn't really work him out. You couldn't really get much out of him. And then I think maybe like that, you haven't got that much kind of personality. I suppose you know, maybe like a master tactician. Do you know what I mean? You're bringing something to the table, which is, Premier League standard. Do you know what I mean? And I just don't kind of think he brought either, really.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't think his tactics had much personality either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, there you go. Do you know what I mean? I just don't think it was a good fit.
Well, I mean, he had an eye for a player though, because 4 of those signings, I think he signed Murphy, Konchesky, Aaron Hughes, Chris Baird, and they all went on to play in the European final with us. So.
Yeah, listen, they were great players. I'm telling you, Murphy's a great player, controversial player. So yeah, he did bring them plays in, but then, like, in him himself, I mean, there's more to bringing plays in, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? If it was a case of picking names out of the paper, or out of the Panini sticker album, we could all do it. There's more to it than that, and I'm happy to sign Chris Baird on because he was part of the funniest thing I've ever seen on the training ground for the 3 years I was there. When he stuck one on Jimmy Bullard. Did you ever hear about that one?
Go on, tell us exactly what happened.
Mate, it was like when I'm talking about hysterical, like I was pissing myself laughing. What's happened is you got Jimmy Bullard and Murphy. They kind of knock around together. They're like a little dynamic duo, bounce off each other all the time and all that. So Jimmy, Murphy, and Bairdy are in the same team. So Bairdy's had someone off the shoulder on Bairdy gone past him once too many times or something. And Bairdy's he's quiet and that. He's only small, but you wouldn't want to mess with him. He's a fiery character, do you know what I mean? So anyway, Murphy and Jimmy are piping up on Bairdy all the time, so you can see Bairdy now starting to kind of fight. He starts to simmer a little bit, you know what I mean? You can see he's fuming, but he doesn't really say much. So then they go, I think Murphy's going, fucking tell him, Jimmy. Murphy was loading the bullets for Jimmy. So Jimmy goes up to him, and they're arguing. So Jimmy pushes him. But then he doesn't push him far enough away, he just pushes him and just starts to turn away. Now Bairdy, as he's been pushed, just swings a leg, catches Jimmy up the behind, up the back end between his legs, catches him like in the balls, and then just swings a right hand. But as Jimmy feels he's been caught in the balls, Jimmy just turns around, straight into the straight hand. Caught him right on the end of the nose, right? So Jimmy's falling back now. And I'm thinking, don't go down. So he manages to stay on his feet. So that's it now. Jimmy's flying. All the players are getting in the way now. And Hudson says like, it's finished now. So everyone get in now. So we're all walking in, bleed all over his face. There's plants everywhere. And Jimmy, apparently, this is what Jimmy says. Jimmy says he's seen him with the safety boots. And like he went for him again. And Jason Palmer, the physio, grabbed Jimmy, but he grabbed him, in trying to grab him, he's grabbed him round the nose and he squeezed his nose. Okay. And the physio is squeezing his nose, like trying to get him off and that. It must have been about 10 minutes later, I come off the shower and I'm looking down the corridor and Jimmy just walks out and I'd say what, his Utah, like a beacon, it was red, it was like a big King Eddie on the end of his face, like. So I just can't help, I'm just laughing at that sort of things when Jimmy come from goes off. What would you do? What would you do with that for me? I was like, he said, where's Bairdy? And I said, he's in there, he's in the treatment room. Like, kind of, I think Bairdy just wants to get out of the way of everyone. He felt like he'd been out of order for cheering Jimmy and them. He goes, where is he? He said, he's in there. He goes, what would you do now? What would you? I said, mate, if you put one on me like that, I said, bear in mind, I was mates with Bairdy as well, so I mean, but I was quite close to Jimmy. I said, fly in there, mate. I said, because you think your nose is still throbbing, you can see your head's still gone. I said, I'd fly in there and just dive on him. That's what I'd do. He goes, oh, for fuck's sake, Tony goes, do us a favour, right? He goes, go stand in there next to Bairdy, right? Be talking to him and that. He goes, I'll come flying through the door behind you, and I'll dive on him, and I'll get stuck into him. He said, but if he starts getting better off me, you should drag him off. I said, Jimmy, so they can't do that, mate. I said, that's like an ambush, mate. I said, I can't be involved. I said, if you want to go in there, because your head's still gone, you've got to do it tonight. I said, tomorrow's too late. It's too late then, do you know what I mean? It's all gone, and then you're seen as the bad person. If you fly in there now and get stuck into him, everyone's going to say, well, Jimmy's head's still gone, do you know what I mean? But no, Jimmy didn't fancy it, so Jimmy just went back and started the chase. the laughing had done that day after Jimmy got smacked on the nose. Oh my God, it was hysterical. And you see him like the next day, and him and Baird, weren't talking for ages, but Jimmy had this big massive eater on him. Like, he was the best looker anyway, do you know what I mean? But Baird made him just a little bit less special. Oh, but that was funny, that.
Out of the three managers you had, Coleman, Sanchez and Hodgson, who would you say was the most popular with the players? And if different, who was the most respected? Coleman.
Both points, I reckon. The team changed slightly when Hodgson came in, because Hodgson brought some of his own players in, like Weber and Tony, what's his name?
Tony Callio.
And Jeffy Cookie as well.
Yeah.
So I think Coleman was liked. I mean, he was liked. He was also respected as well. He was like a man's man, and he's like a player's manager. Like the lads liked him, his personality. And plus, he was like a young up and coming, Premier League manager. And, he was very enthusiastic and stuff. I just think the difference between him and Roy Hodgson was, Roy Hodgson, obviously, decades of experience. His training wasn't maybe as enjoyable as Chris Coleman, to the point of maybe boring, but he would just make sure and drill things into you, so it becomes second nature. And it wasn't long after that he got to the UEFA Cup final.
Yeah, well, you could see that on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, on the day to day, it probably wasn't as an enjoyable session. It was kind of boring. You would be doing loads and loads of standing rounds, but Roy knew what he needed to do to get the job done.
Yeah.
And he did really, brought probably better results, but maybe wasn't as enjoyable as a day to day. Now, as a footy player, you got to look at that and say, like, what do you want? You know what I mean? To be successful ultimately is the end goal. So, I think his methods were pretty good.
What was the keepers union like?
It was great, and it was kind of a bit weird as well at the same time, because Mark Hossie was great to be around on a daily basis. Then we had Dave Beston, who was the goalie coach. He was absolutely fantastic. Like one of the most favourite goalkeeping coaches I've worked with. He was brilliant. But we had in there that Ricardo Batista. Do you remember him? The young lad.
Yeah. He was very promising, but you never saw him.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Right? He was probably the most promising young goalkeeper I've ever seen. Like, what an absolute prick! He was just a prick around the place. He was so much hard work. Because I think what happened is when Mark Sosley and the Czech keeper got injured, you signed on.
Drobny, Lav Stuvka.
Drobny.
Was it Drobny?
Drobny, yeah. They got injured, I think, pretty close to each other at the end of pre-season, and that's why he got me in. And then Dave Bessie said to me, listen, just to mark your card, I've got like a young keeper there who thinks he's a young superstar, he's about 17 or 18. And he says, he thinks he's playing the weekend. I said, what's happened is you come in, I think I went on the Tuesday or the Wednesday to play on the Saturday. You come in and you've ruffled his feathers a bit, because he's been walking around telling everyone he's going to be playing. And like, I'm only 17 and I'm going to be playing the Premier League and all that, blah, blah, blah. He said, you've booked in, you've just kind of upset her a bit. So I remember going off to the first session, this lad, he's standing there, and he's like, you won't even allowed to talk yet, you know what I mean? So like, okay, fair enough, I've been warned. But he was like, goalkeeping wise, like spring on him, he's got great hands, he could kick it a mile, his distribution was brilliant. Everything he had in the training round was superb. Like, he played for his national his age group for Portugal all the time, so he was always a nice social. He was a good goalkeeper. But I think when it comes to first team games, he would actually bottle it a lot. And I know he was still a young lad. He just thought he was boss. He thought he was great. He thought he was the world's best looking fella. He couldn't walk past the mirror again his arms out. He'd always be saying like Ricardo this, Ricardo that, Ricardo. Which was a bit weird. He'd always talk about himself in the third person as well, which was a bit weird. And I thought to myself after a while, at first, like, let him off because he's Portuguese, and obviously lost in translation. But then it went on for all the time I was there. Something like, he's a bit of a divvy. And I think he went to Wickham smack. And he went to MK Dons and someone gave him a smack. And he got a couple of smacks at Fulham. I'm thinking, you're not even 20 yet, mate, and you've been flipped a good few times, you know what I mean? For just like attitude. I can just be talking down to people and telling people he was shit and all that. And yeah, you got a few clips of Fulham, like, and then what he'd do is he'd just be insane and like, you let it go and he'd start smirking and laughing and that. And then he just like, I don't need this, you know what I mean? And like, I'd kind of see him up, calm down and have a little bit of respect in that. But yeah, that was him. And then I think he left Fulham, he went back to Portugal. He just didn't really have the nerve for it, I don't think. And then I don't know where he is now. I don't know where he is for me. But goalie, like, ability-wise, he was great, you know what I mean? He was very, very good. Attitude stunk. And I just think that when he had to walk over that line, I think his spot used to go. So yeah, he was a little bit of an unsettling factor in the goalkeeping school. But I think everybody else was great. And it's a shame as well because you've got like a young lad who hadn't done anything before in the game at all. Like nothing would be a little bit of it, like unsettling factor. And so I said probably the reason why I felt most like that was it was directly between me and him. Didn't really have issue with anybody else. She always had issue with me. And to this day, I don't know why it was. I don't know whether it was because I come in at that time or what. But yeah, he was just a bit too much for my life, and I just went prepared to have it.
What about Naomi? How did you get on with him? What was he like? Was he quiet?
Yeah, he was quite lucky. He was sound. He was a really nice fella, do you know what I mean? He was a really nice fella. Yeah, he was sound. He was quite quiet, like. But he was quite dry as well. He had like a strange sense of humour, which was quite funny at times, you know what I mean? He's like a lot of Finnish people that have kind of come across. They're not very outgoing, from my experience, you know what I mean? Just like the lads who I've seen in football, they're not all the outgoing, they're always like quiet and stuff. But yeah, to me, he was great, yeah.
Who were your closest friends at the club then?
At the club, the lads who would talk to the most of it was like Zach. Zach Knight and Carlos Bocnegra. Carlos, I used to live off I lived on the Ridgeway. Carlos lived just off the Ridgeway, just off the village. So I kind of see him a little bit, you know what I mean? Zach kind of took me under his wing, I suppose, when I first went to the club. It was like Collins John, he was a good lad. I generally be talking to. And then Jimmy, when Jimmy come, I was quite close to Jimmy. I appreciate them for, but you know what? It was a really good dressing room. So it was a fantastic dressing room. You know, like Tom Jasinski in there. You had Dan McBride, just great lads just to be around. You know what I mean? They were superb. No Mark Tosley, somebody you'd be working with on a daily basis. You know, be working with them for like a couple of hours, hour and a half, on a daily basis. So you know. Again, personality-wise, he was really funny to be around. So yeah, there wasn't any idiots in there. The only one was Ricardo. So everybody else was pretty sound. I mean, I don't think he heard Steve Mulpoint speak more than about 10 words the whole 3 years I was there. But he can't talk with expressions, he talk with his hands, and he talk like with like little looks and nods to the head and all that. And he'd be talking to like what a player. He was an absolutely fantastic player.
Would he be the best player from your time at the club?
Steve, yeah, I think so. When he was on it, you just seemed just to destroy people, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. I mean, you'd have like Dan McBride, he was just like so reliable, do you know what I mean? Like, I know he was maybe the tail end of his career, but talk about an honest centre forward who will give you 110% every game and would have plenty of goals in him. He had a phenomenal leap on him, didn't he? And you just seen stars and Vaseline on his head and like classes on his head and all that. He was so brave. He's absolutely fantastic. You know, he had like Klaus Jensen. I think Klaus Jensen had some of the best feet I've ever seen. Like, you could smash the ball into him at any different angle or any different pace. And he would just kill it stone dead. I remember actually standing there, like the first few weeks I was there, I was going, his feet are unreal. Do you know what I mean? Like, he couldn't bless any pace. But what he'd do is he just can't get people unbalanced. Like, they'd be running towards, so he just like either dropped his shoulder or that's a bit like, Gascoigne-esque. And that's how he would get past people. So yeah, he was not only, he stood out as a good player for me. talk about like the best player when I was there, like that first season. I'd probably say Steve, really good player.
What was Papa Bouba Diop like? Because obviously we know what he was like on the pitch, but I don't think I ever heard him speak. Was he quite shy, or was he the same off the pitch as he was on it?
He was quite outgoing. He spoke like broken English. Obviously, he could like get by with his conversations and all that. But it was funny. Yeah, he was always up for a laugh and that. You know what I mean? Like he just kind of had little pops on him for different things. Like he had this stuff he had. It was like knowing that Bentley's come out, the Bentley Continental GTs, like they were like the footballer's car, where you know what I mean? Or like they just seem to pop up like they were like £100,000, and every club seems to have them. We had the two worst Bentleys in our car park. I used to rip the piss out of them all the time. Bouba Diop had a white one. It was a white left hooker with like oxblood leather interior. It just looked terrible. It looked really, really bad. You know what I mean? So I used to stick up there all the time. And he always like white cars. And he had one of these like trouser things that looked like a paramedic's car. And it was white again. And again, it was a left hook. I said, why is always buy left hookers? So you live in England? Oh, I might take them back to Senegal and all that. And I said, lad, them cars are never going back to Senegal. And Colin Shell had another Bentley, which was just an horrible ropey one. Like these horrible grey wheels. But like it was horrible blue. It was weird. But we had these two Bentleys and Zach had a brilliant one. So that's what would be sitting there looking great. And those two would be sitting there looking like really poor in comparison. I used to keep bubbling to stick over his Bentley all the time. So we got little laughs over that, you know what I mean? They kind of telling me, oh, you might get a Bentley one day and all that. I was like, oh, fuck off, mate. Wouldn't buy one that looks like yours. Yours is shite. But yeah, he wasn't quiet. You know what I mean? He had some character about him. He'd have a good laugh at him and that. Look, he'd be like dancing around the dressing room and all things like that. So you know, he was quite outgoing. Mate. Like in the dressing room, where he felt comfortable. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't really see too much outside of football, but in the dressing room and on the training ground, he was great.
Oh, good. He was a decent player as well.
He was, yeah. He was very solid, like, you know what I mean? He's like, I remember seeing him, the first time I seen him, I thought, he looks like 1.5 man. Like arms on him, calves on him, everything about him was like gladiatorial looking, do you know what I mean? I thought to myself, and then you'd see him as well, people would just bouncing off him, do you know what I mean, the wall, so he'd be putting people on the arse all the time. Yeah, he was a good player, yeah, I enjoyed playing with him.
So apart from Millwall, would Fulham, for that, giving you that opportunity, rank quite high then?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course, yeah, definitely, because it's what everybody wants to do, it's what everybody wants to play in. Look, you know, there's a few teams that kind of rank highly, like, you know, in my kind of feelings. Liverpool, to give me opportunity. Like, I was working in an accountant's firm, I was sitting doing a 9 to 5, I hated it was terrible. And then obviously I think that led on from that. So I mean, like, the whole football career and your lifestyle and just who you are as a person stems from that one phone call from Liverpool. So Liverpool gave me the first opportunity in football. Off the back of Liverpool, you know, I went to play at Celtic, played an old firm game, because I was at Liverpool, I got called in to go up there and, you know, play for Celtic at Parkhead, you know, in front of 60,000. It was my fifth game in front of 60,000 against Rangers. It was absolutely brilliant, you know what I mean? It's a memory which I'll never forget. And then Millwall, look, you know, I decided, everybody decided it was the best for me to leave Liverpool. And then I landed firm on my feet at Millwall, with just all the people that were there. It was a perfect fit. The whole period of time I was down there, which was 5 years, we were always on the up and up. Like, Millwall's the club that is closest to my heart. And it's where I played the most games. I played over half the games there, and 200 odd games. Then went to Cardiff, like I said, didn't really wear house. And it was fun. And then, like, you know, you think, oh, God, celebrate your Cardiff here. Like, how can I get out? How can I, like, what's your next move? Do you know what I mean? I'm 31 now. You know, you kind of just seeing this, you know, you're a little bit, I wouldn't say such past it, but, you get a little bit older. And then Fulham pop up and just actually to play in the Premier League. It was brilliant, it was phenomenal. And then what happens is you go down to Fulham, like the nice training ground and stuff, which is always lovely to be around, the environment, everything to do with the whole club and all that. And like the ground was fantastic. You know, living back in London, which I really enjoyed. I didn't really enjoy living in Wales. he gave me a flat in the village. I couldn't believe it. It was just like, it was brilliant. So it was like for me then, like life was good. I met me missus when I was down here as well, who obviously with now, got a couple of kids. So, if Fulham hadn't come in, my life wouldn't have been as it is now. And I'm just looking at just up on a periphery, do you know what I mean? Like maybe just stuff that people don't really think about, which I think some things that would kind of affect your life and shape you slightly, do you know what I mean? But then also, to like you said, to go there and to play the football, to be involved in plays like your Steve Montblanc and Ruth Bowmore, like some Zuzki and stuff, and Brian McBride, Zach, to go out and play some games with these boys for Fulham. I mean, like, I remember playing, doing a testimony where they had to come on against Liverpool at the Cottage because Mark Soddy pulled his hamstring. I remember we were winning 1-0, and I was on the bench, and it was about, 20 minutes to go, 25 minutes to go. So then Coleman's it's happened a couple of times where, the goalkeeper gets him, or he goes down, but generally together, this is the first time it's ever happened to me. And Coleman, the physio's gone on, and he's just given the signal, substitute. So you're going, right, okay, this is it, you know what I mean? And Coleman's going, right, get your gear on, you're on, you know what I mean? And you're thinking, like Liverpool, you let you go. Obviously still have a big, affiliation with the club and all that, support them and stuff. But I'm going on, and what you don't want to do is, the one thing that was in my mind was thinking, you don't want to validate their reason for getting to the end, you know what I mean? I remember just thinking to myself, do not fuck off here, and do not let it go in, because you're winning 1-0. It's all set up for you, perfect. You've only got 25 minutes to go, do you know what I mean? Liverpool a good side. They just won the European Cup 4 months before in May, which I went over to watch it in Istanbul, do you know what I mean? And they work wonders. So the European Cup holders, you go on, and Liverpool fans, I was down here the away end, so Liverpool fans give me a little ripple and all that. And then I remember being just really determined, just thinking, do not let it go in here. And look, it went my way, I had to pull off quite a few good saves, I had to work quite hard to maintain the clean sheet that Mark Sosley had given us up to that point. But then we scored again late on to make it 2-0, and that killed the game, really. And like I said, just get the opportunity to kind of fulfill a dream. Would have liked this to have lasted a little bit longer, but look, it's just sometimes it's meant to be. Do you know what I mean? I always look at Fulham very, very fondly, like I said, to give an opportunity to try and express myself and to get me to a level at that point which I didn't think I'd probably get to. But I got there at the end. And maybe I wouldn't say so much for selfish reasons, but I'm pleased. I'm pleased that the move come around, because it was a brilliant experience. It was a fantastic place to get that experience. I really love the club. You know what I mean? It was a spot on club.
Because I wasn't sure, because you played a bit part compared to what you did at Millwall. I wasn't sure how you was going to feel about the club, so it really is nice, and I'm sure it'll be nice for the fans hearing that you think a lot of the club. It's really nice to hear.
I'm not tired of not fluffing it, you know what I mean, because I'm on that having a conversation with you, but no, it's genuine. I like everything about the club. It's great. It was superb. It was a funny story, actually. You probably will not have heard this one before, but I remember we played. I think we played Everton away. Actually, I think we got beat 3-1 or 3-0, and we got a bit of a doing. So I remember there was a penalty. Beatty scored this unbelievable chip from an angle, and then someone else had a shot, and I took the deflection off Liam and dipped over me. And I'm thinking, how do I hit the back and 3 goals? You know what I mean? And Chris Baird pulled me. He said, there was the Bolton game as well, where I think Noel banged one through my legs. And then there was another game, and he said, look, I'm going to stop here again. We were at Liverpool away, and it was funny, we were sitting, me and Zach were room together, and Zach got a phone call off the gaffer to go downstairs. So he goes downstairs, he's gone for about 10 minutes, he comes back, sits down, doesn't say nothing. So the phone goes again. So I pick it up, and Chris goes, right, Tony, he said, he comes down on the radio, so he goes downstairs. He said, look, I'm going to put Mark Kelsey in tonight. And I'm like, I said, why? He goes, there was He was like, and I told Gaffer, I said, not be funny, mate. I said, them 3 goals, I said, you could have had Grant in the game. He started on my shoulders for everyone. He said, you'd pay when they kept it out. I said, what did you blame me for? He went, it was just, it seems to be amount of goals. And I was going, well, defensively, maybe you need to look at some other people that don't know. I said, well, Everton game, I'm not having that one. And then he said, well, you look in Bolton, and you're going to push through your legs. I said, so what, like? I said, it was like, it was something like, you can't cover everything. And he's seen it, he's drove it through there. Okay, he said, put it on. It's not like he's never thrown it in. So I said to him, he said, look, after. And sorry, he said, I've told Marty's player already. So I thought to myself, right, never played at Anfield like in a senior game. I played loads of games for Liverpool and all that, you know what I mean? But I thought I'd never played at Anfield in a senior game. I thought I might never get another opportunity. I said to the guy, I said, look, I'm going to, like, today, I said, like, I'm going to try so hard, you know what I mean? I said, like, it means a lot to me. I need to play there, like, I'm going to give everything. Like, I've been at that club for years, and, like, never give me an opportunity and all that. For me to get to play there, so, you know what I mean? I'll give my best. So I said, fuck hell, he said. You put me in trouble here. He said, I've told Kelsey he's playing. He said, but after that speech, he said, I can't drop you. It's like that, right? So I went, well, it's up to you. And it was like, okay, you're starting. So I thought, like, good. Like, I fought my corner there and I've won. So instead, I goes back to the room and Zach's sitting there and the pair of us are sitting there going, we both had the phone call, like, to drop us, you know what I mean? So instead, it must have been about 20 minutes. And one of us said, like, something happened there. And I think, yeah, you managed to do it. And I said, he said he was going to drop me now, but I said, fucking, I'm determined, you know what I mean? Determined to play well. So she's kept me in. And so I went, fucking say me. He said, he went to drop me as well, but I told him no. And he went, okay, I'll keep you in.
Really? Both of you?
Pair of us, yeah. Because the pair of us thought, I've kept myself in the team, and he's obviously been dropped. I was thinking, we were on the bed next to each other, and, like, one of us decided to kind of, like, just, what happened, you know what I mean? Anyway, so that was that. Goes out and plays, gets absolutely battered about 5-1. Something, fucking hell, I thought, right, that's it now. That's like my last opportunity, do you know what I mean? Like, I've said I can do well. I didn't even think it was my fault, really. I think we were getting beat about 2-0 late on. Or maybe it's 3-1 late on. And then bang, 2 goals were in. And it kind of went from 3 to 5 very quickly. And it kind of looked worse than it was. Anyway, that happened. So then...
At least you got to play at Anfield.
Exactly, yeah. At least got to play at Anfield. So then, it was things on the Thursday. But it was in, like, we had, like, a game Zoom. And so I went, that's one to speak to you. So I'm like, here we go, get them fucking off. But I said, I can't, I'm going to argue it now, do you know what I mean? So I said I was going to do the job, and I didn't, so I can't argue. So I walked in, and he went, so, and I went, yeah, I know you're going to drop me out. He went, yeah. I said, look, I've got to argue with you. I said, you were good to me last week, keep me in, but it didn't work out. So, yeah, I'm not going to argue, so I'll just walk back out now. No hard feelings, you're fine, cheers for that, thanks, so I just pissed off dead quick, whatever. And that was that. So the next game, right, we're playing for the Chelsea game. Chelsea at home. And Chelsea don't have a shot on goal. And Bullard scores to make it 1-0.
And we win.
And then, so I walked in the change room afterwards. I went, fucking hell, lads, where are you? When I was getting battered. Where are you? But everyone's like kind of jumping around, like screaming because we just beat Chelsea, do you know what I mean? And I was like, I was pulling people, going, get fucked. They decided to turn up the air with Chelsea and all that. But look, we beat Chelsea, so everybody was happy, do you know what I mean? It was good for everyone. But I do remember going in and like having a laugh with a few people, like, they probably had a laugh at me too, but she's like, where were you, guys? I was like, no, you think me smart, don't you? But yeah, that was a funny episode. But like I said, got to play at Anfield, and get, so again, it's another kind of benchmark, I suppose, in your career that you can kind of say it's done, you know what I mean? And again, like I say, first like myself seasons, you can say you kind of played at Anfield, which is, such a superb stadium, and plus being at the club as well. Again, thankful, do you know what I mean? Thankful to Fulham for doing that, because I wouldn't have, from the direction I thought I was going in, I wouldn't have got there really. So yeah, exactly. Thankful again.
I've got 2 more questions for you. First one I have to ask. Your nickname, Denzel from Only Fools and Horses. What did you think of it?
I loved it. Thought it was brilliant. Like, yeah, I loved it. I mean, like, I think it obviously kind of come about like early on in like the first season I was there. And I think I needed somebody to explain to me what it was all about. So I could just hear them singing it in the crowd and someone told me what it's about. I thought, yeah, brilliant. I thought that's boss like Denzel, like a mixed race fella, like in South London. Yeah, South, do you know what I mean? I actually thought it was a perfect fit. I thought, like, that's someone's done well there, do you know what I mean? And no, it was a brilliant play. I loved it. I mean, like, anytime you hear Denzel, it's a Millwall connection, do you know what I mean? Like, I had another nickname, which was Bonus at Liverpool. Now, if you hear Bonus, you kind of don't know, it can come from a lot of different places, but when you hear Denzel, you know exactly where it's come from.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. I mean, it is one of the most popular nicknames I've ever come across in football. But I suppose for me, that's probably where I grew up. I don't know if it is for everybody, but for me, I know exactly who Denzel is. So what are you up to now?
I'm in the Indian Super League. I'm the goalie coach for Chennai FC. I don't know if you're aware of the Super League. It started about 4 years ago. They just trying to kind of like get the profile high of the football in India, so they bring a lot of like kind of high profile performers in, like over there, Wes Brown, Robbie Keane, Hume, and then there's like obviously like a lot of other fun lads from all around the world and stuff. But they're trying to raise the profile and raise the quality. So like they're bringing some of these big names, and there's been some big managers coming. Like our manager is John Gregory, Terry Sheringham was over here. He unfortunately was sacked. And this team weren't doing particularly well. David James has come over. So yeah, that's what I'm up to, mate. I'm over there like the subcontinent.
Well, good luck with it. I really hope it goes well.
Nice one.
Last question: pie or pasty?
Pie or pasty? This the pie mash liquor and all that.
Well, no. It could be a pie at a football, so it can be any kind of pie, a chicken and mushroom pie.
In that case, a pie then, yeah, definitely a pie, yeah.
Yeah, what one? What one would you go for?
Steak and kidney.
Sounds good, mate. When you're back over, let me know and I'll treat you to a pie.
Brilliant. Look forward to it.
Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. I didn't expect it to last as long as this because you didn't play that many games for Fulham, but honestly, you've been so open and so friendly. Can't thank you enough.
Sounds brilliant.
Oh, mate. All right. I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Tony Warner there talking about his time at Fulham. I'd like to thank Tony for taking the time to speak to me, and I wish him all the best with the rest of his career. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter for updates when the latest Q&As will be released. There's loads more to come, and you can also subscribe via iTunes or any other podcast app. Until then, my name's Dannyboi. Really hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for listening.